Yay Networks.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another Spill the Beans podcast.
I hope you guys are having a great day wherever you are, because we sure are. My babe just turned 25 years old.
Guys, life is downhill from now on.
You keep saying that and people comment like, dude, I'm 30 and my life barely started. Like, BFFR.
Guys, I feel old as fuck. You know, my age finally matches my body, my back pain, everything. It feels like a 25-year-old. So, you know, tell me in the comments, does it go downhill from now? Should I start, preparing my funeral and all this? Because honestly,
Babe, shut up.
It's just 25, babe. Oh, I was telling my compadres this yesterday, guys. I was like, before, when people would ask me how old I am and stuff like that, Blanca and I have always been kind of the youngest in our group, right?
Yeah, so gladly you'd be like 22.
Gladly I'd be like 23, 24. But now, when, no one's really asked me how old I am now. But like now, if someone were to like ask me like in LA or Phoenix, like, how old are you? And kind of 25. Yeah, it doesn't sound as cool,
I think it is cool. Yesterday at dinner, guys, they were trying to give him a birthday shot, and then he's like, no, I can't, I'm 16. And our waitress is like, you do not look 16. Damn,
I
babe.
didn't get idea anymore at the bar.
No, you're done. Like,
I'm donezo, guys.
And then all our friends, like Luis was like, dude, you can rent a car now. Like, your insurance goes down. Yeah. So I think he's just going through a little bit of a midlife crisis, But
yeah,
I think
it's because it's halfway to 50, which is halfway to 100, which, No, but I think our notions have changed recently. I remember back in the day, like 3-5 years ago, when someone would say 50, I would picture so freaking old.
Yeah.
50, I was like, you're gonna die. But then now it's like, 40 and 50. 50 is for sure the new 40.
Yeah,
40 is the new 30, 30 is the new 20.
Yeah, I think at 30, you have like financial freedom, and then you're kind of chilling, if you already had kids. But if you want to start barely at 30, it's nice because you already had your whole 20s.
I heard this phrase the other day, guys, and don't take it wrong, but hustle and work your ass off for 5 years so the rest of the 60 can be lived as like a vacation and like, you retire. Don't party and live your life YOLO for 5 years and then work for the rest of your life, like 60 years. So don't reverse it. I thought it was very good advice because right now, I feel like I had a good 20 to 25 was a good, party. Like I got to go everywhere and see a lot of things, and have a son and stuff. And I feel like now 25 to 30, I'm going to really lock it in terms of work.
Yeah. And I don't know. I think when you turn 25, it's just a different type of like, I feel like we used to party for our birthdays and now we're like, okay, like we're getting our shit together, Now
I just ate a shit ton, guys. Literally my 2,000 calories that I'm supposed to eat a day, I ate them all in breakfast yesterday. So if I look like, freaking Pikachu all swollen right now, like that's why. And I just ate another 1,800 calories this morning. So I'm down bad with the food. I'm not even drinking, guys. It's more like the food. I'm like, fuck yeah, it's my birthday. I can eat whatever I want.
Yeah, but tomorrow will be another day and we'll be fine. You know, we can start over. But yeah, guys, that was what this weekend was. It's so funny because on Saturday was my mom's birthday and then Sunday was Jonathan's, and everyone in my Instagram DMs are like, girl, your bank account must be screaming right now. And now it's Mother's Day, my mom's birthday, Jonathan's birthday, and then Father's Day, literally in the span of 4 weeks. I'm like, girl, BFFR. And Jonathan asked me yesterday, I think we were at breakfast, and he's like, oh, what did you think when you found out that my birthday was the day after your mom's? And I was like, for sure, that's a sign from God. Like, we're going to get married. He's the one. And then now, 9 years later, I'm like, fuck, I'm going to have to deal with this for the rest of my life. Like, I have everything así pegadito, so.
Hey guys, let me know in the comments, like, moms, what do you do when your kid has a birthday like really close to Christmas?
Yeah.
Do you guys do 2 presents, or you kind of like, hey, do you humble them a little and be like, no, you just get one?
I don't think you humble little kids, babe.
Not like humble, but teach them like, hey, like, times are kind of tough. Do you only get one present? Or do you give them 2 little ones or what?
I think that it's when they're little.
What would you do if Franco's birthday was December 26th? A lot of people's birthdays, like
he would get a soft present, like December 25th, obviously, like, oh God, whatever, like the whole religious Christmas vibes, and then the 26th, like, this is a soft present for your birthday. Like, we're not gonna make it a super huge deal that he's only getting one little present for his birthday, you know. Like, it's whatever you start with when they're little and they start to get like know how to make sense of things. Whatever you start when they're little, that's gonna be fine. If you get them 10 presents for Christmas and then 10 presents the day after, then for the rest of their life they're gonna be like, well, you know, it's the same. So I think you just have to get them used to the little bit, and then see 1 year you can give them more or no. Like, you don't have to let them know that it's, oh, times are tough, you know?
Yeah.
But that's hard. So I don't know. Hema, if you're watching this podcast, can you tell us what you're doing with Emily?
For real. Because, I mean, you want to make them have fun, but you not always, like, you should find it, like you said, acostumbrarlos at a good pace, because not always you might have that job, or, you know, might not always have a lot of money, you know?
Mm-hmm. Like, get them used to, like, that little kid, that avocado, when he got the avocado, like, oh, avocado. Yeah. Get them used to a nice card or something, like a little experience, adventure, you know. But that's crazy. That's hard for people. Like, for me, I was like, oh, damn, my mom's birthday, Jonathan's birthday, and the next weekend is Father's Day. But I think it's good because for Father's Day, I can always do, like, Franco's giving you the present, you know, because you're his dad.
Yeah.
So it's a little different approach.
Now that I'm a dad, I freaking love Father's Day. I've never loved my birthday, but I love Father's Day. Yeah. Ese sí, regálame.
And you know what I was seeing the other day? On TikTok, there was this, like, someone putting someone's birthday out there, and they were, like, not in a bad mood, but they were, like, whatever, you know? So then I go to the comments and I'm like, oh my God, my husband's a Gemini and he hates his birthday. And like, oh, my mom too. And I was like, is that a thing? Like, people just hate their birthdays? Because even my mom was like, oh my God, what are we doing for your birthday tomorrow? She's like, nothing.
I don't think it's that we hate our birthday. I think it's because we're such humble people.
You don't have to call yourself humble.
I'm kidding, guys. No, I hate when people call themselves humble. What I meant is that me and my suegra, we don't like the attention.
They don't care for it.
We don't think, we have imposter syndrome. Like, we think, like, for example, me, like, Blanca gets mad when it's like, it's your day. Like, you tell your friends what you want to do. And I'm more like, no, like, whatever my friends want to do, you know, like, where do you guys want to go eat? And then they're like, dude, it's your birthday. I don't like having that feeling of, like, yeah, it's my birthday, but it doesn't mean you have to treat me like a king, you know?
Yeah. But it was nice. I think, did you have a nice birthday?
I did, but I still didn't eat wings, so it was like a 8 out of 10.
Not a 10 out of 10. Maybe next year. Maybe for Father's Day, baby. You can eat some wings.
Day, baby, you'll make it up.
Yeah. But yeah, guys, that's what happened this weekend.
Oh, let me tell you this little story, guys, because I don't think I post. Am I gonna post it? I didn't post what Blanca got me for my birthday because it's designer.
Oh yeah.
So she's like, babe, close your eyes. You know, you're surprised. So I close my eyes, and when I open them, I see this Louis Vuitton bag. You know, the popular orange one. And so I was like, in my head, I was like, oh my God, bro. Like, she knows. I think, I'm going to say it. I don't care. I think designer's stupid. I think it's a waste of money. So I was like,
for yourself. Like, if someone else wants it, it's fine.
I think in general, I think you could be helping so many people with that money. So, that's true. So whatever. That's just me. Come for me, whatever I don't care. My birthday was yesterday, so you can't really bully me, okay, please. Anyways, so I was like, babe, like, really? Like, come on. And it wasn't that big, so it couldn't be like a bag. So I was like, oh, she probably got me like a Louis Vuitton wallet or something expensive, like a belt. I was like, dude, like, and then I was like, whatever in my head. But I was like, you know, be nice, be nice, be nice. So I open it, and sure enough, what a turn of events. It was something I didn't think for the moment. I was like, what could I possibly have said? Like, I don't need or want anything. And she goes to Louis Vuitton. But I remember that we went for my boy's bachelor party in Las Vegas. I forgot my cologne. So he was letting me borrow his, which he happened to have also from his birthday, like last year, a Louis Vuitton cologne. And they engrave your initials or your name or whatever on it. And he let me borrow it. It was the best smell I've ever smelled in my life. And then I told Blanca about it, and she got me that.
Mm-hmm. And so this is funny because, yeah, like Jonathan said, every birthday I feel like I turn it down a notch, right, babe? The first birthday, no, hombre, surprise party, his friends were there, like 10 presents. And then I feel like every year I started toning it down because I really saw that he doesn't
She thought
like,
I was being a pick-me boy at the beginning. Like, no, don't do it secretly.
Because I had never met anybody that didn't like their birthday. And my mom, I feel like she would never told me, like, oh, I don't like it. Like, she always liked nice stuff done for her. And so for his 21st birthday, I did go all out. I was like, party buzz, we're going to the club. Like, you're 21. But then, yeah, like, I started turning it down a notch. And then every year now it's like, okay, what do you want to do? And
we fight less.
Yeah, and he's like down for just his favorite food and ya sea vengan los papás or, you know, whatever, like family stuff. So then this year I was like, okay, he really, like, he told me, babe, no presents, no nothing, but I just can't, like, I can't wake up the day of his birthday and be like, oh shit, like, so what, no más, no hacemos nada. So I was like, what can I possibly get him for his birthday? And then I was like, just thinking, okay, he's into running, maybe some new shoes, something like that. And then I was talking to Kaylee about it. And then, yeah, she told me, she's like, oh, well, Marco did mention that he liked his Louis Vuitton cologne. And I was like, oh, yeah, he told me about the initials, right? And so, yeah, it turns out that we ended up going to the mall for my mom's birthday. So I snuck into Louis Vuitton and I purchased his cologne. And I was like, this is like something that he's going to love, first of all, because he loves cologne. I love cologne. Like, literally when I met him, that's what drew me to him. He smelled so good. And I was like, he's going to use it every day if he wants, pero ya dijo que nomás pa dominguear. And I was like, so it's like, it's something nice because I also know that when you finish it, you can just take the bottle to get refilled. Yeah. Like, you don't have to purchase a whole new bottle.
Oh, damn. Right.
So, yeah, it has his initials. Like, I was like, this is something that he will cherish.
It smells so good that I don't want to use it.
It literally, he spritzed it yesterday. And I was like, dude, that is the best smell since high school. When I met you, like that, nothing will ever top that. But this one, I was like, holy shit, like you soy.
I've never been to like justify like designer. Like I said, you guys know how I feel about it. Yeah. And I was like, this is the one thing ever in my life that would be like, okay, it was worth the money or whatever. It was worth the name brand, because I would tell you if there's some colognes at Target that smell the same or anything, but no, guys, this is the best smelling thing in the world. And it's strong too, because sometimes Jonathan will be like, dude, I spritz myself in the morning, but I feel like I don't smell anymore. And today, like, he showered, changed his outfit, did his skincare, and you still smell today. Yeah. Oh, no te tallaste bien. No me tallé bien. But yeah, that was what I was like, this is something nice for his birthday. It's because I have the same sweats.
Oh, okay.
Because I showered and then put these on.
But it's crazy because you didn't even spritz your sweats. No. Like, you just went...
No, I did the whole por si acaso thing.
Por si se pasa?
Yeah, what's sexy. It called?
So yeah, guys, that's how his birthday was, his little birthday present.
Yeah, guys, nice. It was the best. Nowadays, it's just... You know, I'm glad that I'm learning all these like old boomer lessons, like, oh, as long as you were healthy, as long as, you know, because a lot of people take forever and they take that for granted. And nowadays I'm like, okay, I have a healthy son, my wife, my family, her family. That's all I could wish for, because it would suck to like, I'm over materialistic things, guys. Like the other day I was telling Blanca, I was like, fuck, like I just want to take this Jeep. Like the Jeep is so nice, but if I could return it, I would, because it just like, materialistic things are there to pleasure you for a few days, weeks, and then, yeah, like, so really I value more like moments, events, you know, stuff like that. Stuff that will like just stay in your head.
Yeah. But that was fun, guys. He got his little cologne that I'm so excited to smell every day. Si se lo pone.
No más for special occasions.
Just for Sundays.
For Franco's preschool graduation.
Imagine you still have the same freaking bottle. But yeah, ladies, if you want to get your man something that's for both of you, essentially, Louis Vuitton,
you can never go wrong with the cologne.
You can't.
My compadre, he also me regaló running shoes, running clothes, and a cologne that I've seen on TikTok. So I got my two favorite colognes today. His was called $1 million or something like that. It's called like that, and it's a gold. It looks like a gold bar. Yeah. And that one was bomb too. It was so refreshing. It smelled more like
fresh.
Like fresh, like wine. I can't explain it. Not like a heavy cologne, more fresh vibes.
Yeah, that was nice.
Thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this week's episode.
Figuring out what's for dinner is not at the top of anyone's summer activities wish list.
This summer, HelloFresh is here to take the work out of eating well.
HelloFresh delivers mouth-watering, chef-crafted recipes and fresh ingredients to your door so that you can spend all summer long doing what you want.
Reach your goals with delicious calorie smart and protein smart lunch and dinner options, plus new vegan recipes too. I love HelloFresh because of how fast and simple it is.
And I love HelloFresh because it cuts down our grocery store trips, which, with a toddler is crazy.
Go to HelloFresh.com/SpillTheBeans16 and use code SpillTheBeans16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping.
That's HelloFresh.com/SpillTheBeans16 and use code SpillTheBeans16 for 16 free meals plus free shipping.
HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
Oh, but you didn't even tell them you started with your 3.5 mile run, babe.
Oh, yeah, guys. The only thing I really wanted was to start the day off good because I knew I was going to be eating a lot. So I was like, let me get in a few calories. And sure enough, we went over here, Blanca and I, we went on a 3.5 mile run. Can you believe that, guys? Ask me in November if I would even be running a mile because this lake is a pretty famous lake where we're from. So everyone comes here to walk, to like see a beautiful view. So we've been coming to this lake for years and years since we've met. And it's like, we've never once been like, yeah, we can run this shit. Fuck no, never in my life would I thought we would run. And,
hell no.
We're not the fastest runners or anything like that, but we can proudly say like we did not walk once. Right? We just ran. And Blanca made a TikTok during the run. It was a dope way to start the year.
Yeah, it was so fun. But like Jonathan was saying, years ago when we would just walk it, we would take the dogs and stuff. I would have never thought that I could run this stupid lake. Like I'd be like, I am not running 3.5 miles. Se me hacía eterno. I was like, that is from here to Mexico. Like I am not gonna run that. So when he said yesterday, thank God I have already been running for 2 weeks. I really probably would have passed out. But when he said that yesterday, I was like, I guess today's the day I run 3.5 miles, girl. And we did it, and it was so fun. So that's how his birthday started. It was such a nice day, huh, babe? And the weather. Even the weather was cool. The weather was
perfect for a run. Cloudy but not cold.
And then it rained.
Sunny. And then it rained at night. And then we just came back and finished it here at the house, just drinking and watching a funny movie. Mm-hmm. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. 25 years old. Thank you guys so much for making my life like this possible.
And for the birthday wishes.
And for the birthday wishes, guys. There's so many. And I think this is the year I've gotten the most birthday wishes ever from you guys. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and I feel like you need to explain why your energy is kind of low, babe. Because I feel you're really mellow.
Do I feel monotone?
Yeah, super
guys,
monotone.
I hate when I sound monotone. I'm hungover as a mother trucker. It's not so much like I'm like alcohol hungover. It's more like I think because I ate like shit. I'm really dizzy and nauseous, and I threw up in the morning and yeah, we had to wake up super early because I had a doctor's appointment in Boulder. So
yeah, that's why he's a little bit
Don't worry.
Down bad.
Before you say that I'm fatigued or mad or something, I'm just hungover, guys, really bad because I'm 25. It's all downhill from here. Remember?
Chill out. But anyways, I hope you guys are having a good day so far. We're gonna start with some advice DMs that you sent over. Again, if you ever want to send advice DMs, they can go on Spill the Beans Podcast JJ on Instagram. That is where you'll get them read for sure. Jonathan always goes through and screenshots them. So we're gonna start off with this one. It says, hi Jonathan and Blanca, I love the podcast. Thank you, girl. So I need your opinion. My boyfriend has a 3-year-old nephew and his mom takes care of him Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to sometimes 7 p.m. My boyfriend and I go to university and are high school sweethearts. However, we hang out on our free time or try to make time to go out, and the problem is now, in my opinion, that every time I go over to his house, his mom wants us to babysit his nephew while she goes out. At first, I didn't mind because it was fun and we would go out with his nephew, but he's not the best in public places anymore. And after almost 2 years of doing this, I'm getting tired of it. My boyfriend and I have agreed to have kids until after we get married to enjoy our free time together. My boyfriend has a hard time saying no to almost anything, and I understand it is his nephew, but she does this on our time because she doesn't want to deal with the kid when she goes out. So I've told my boyfriend that I'm getting annoyed of it because of our plans. Anyways, because our plans always get ruined. Sorry, she cut off. That is the reason why we don't have kids and we are young. Why should we pay for someone else's mistake? Oh shit! Since his brother had his his biologically son at 19 years old. But anyways, am I wrong for this? Thank you. That is okay. Like, don't take this the super wrong way, but that is like one of the biggest problems that I see in families. It's like, if you have a baby that baby is your responsibility. If you don't have a babysitter, that's fine. But like from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., I feel like even then the mom should be the one setting the boundaries. Don't you think?
I think the mom should pay for fucking daycare or something.
But that's what I'm saying. But like her boyfriend's mom should be like, hey, I'm not going to be taking care of your child from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Like set some boundaries there. If she wants to go out, okay, go out. But you don't have to be putting this responsibility.
Why doesn't she take out the kid?
Because she said that she doesn't want to deal with him when she goes out.
I don't know, girl. You're taking care of someone else's, like not your family's kid. Fuck that. No, like I'm not trying to be mean, but like it's not even your family, like your direct blood life family, and you're just dating this guy. It's not like even you're married yet or anything like that. Like you're young, and if you're like, yeah, like why should you pay for other people's mistakes? Like you are protecting yourself. You're trying to have fun without kids. So why are you gonna go and take care of another one's? And also another thing, girl, that I want to say, like, leave clear here is that I think being able to say no is a trauma in itself.
Yes.
I don't know what it is because I haven't really looked into it. So I'm not going to give like my professional help or anything like that or advice.
Not professional.
Because I can't be a professional in this one because I really haven't been around someone like that. But I do know, no, actually I have been. One of my closest friends is a yes man. They're called yes men when they can't say no. And it's really annoying, and it can be somewhat of a problem in a relationship because not even like take yourself out of a relationship. I remember I was a yes man, and about like 2 years ago, I kind of had that self-reflection and I stopped. A lot of people would come up to me and ask me for help or message me and be like, and I would always be the one that like, even though I didn't have the answer, I would always be trying to fix people's problems. And I was like, you know what? I learned how to say no or I don't know. Hey, Jonathan, can you, I don't know, bro. Like, no, I can't. Like, I don't know how to do that. But but old me would have been like, yeah, man, like, let me look it up for you real quick, or let me solve your problem. So the fact that your husband can't say that, that's a thing you need to work on. They need to work on.
Yeah, I think that it is really unhealthy to not be able to set those boundaries. And I'm talking from experience because I feel like I've kind of been a yes girl, don't you think? Like it's hard for me to say no to my family, but like that's something different about like your nephew, or not even your nephew, your boyfriend's nephew. But I think that that's the unhealthiest thing that can lead to way more problems in the future, is if you cannot put boundaries in a relationship.
Yeah.
Whether it's your mom, dad, boyfriend, brother, whatever, boundaries are the safest thing and the most smart thing you can do when you are in a relationship with someone. So you need to talk to your boyfriend and be like, look, you need to set boundaries, because the only time I get to see you, we have to take care of this child that isn't ours and that you guys didn't agree to take care of. Like, you're doing it because his mom doesn't want to take care of him when she goes out.
Well, the boyfriend agrees.
What?
To taking care of.
But so that's what I'm saying. So it's like you have to tell your boyfriend that you need to set some boundaries, and if he doesn't want to, cool, then
yeah, because trust me,
him.
You don't want to be with someone like that can't set boundaries, or that is a mama's boy, because hell no.
Because then it's gonna cause a lot more problems when you guys are married, when he moves out. Like, you have
your
to
own kids.
We're always the type to tell you that get the problem right as it starts, because it's just gonna get worse, and we promise you that, girl. You're gonna have to deal with more severe things in the future, because this is something that can be easily fixed, because it's not your son or his brother, but it's just the nephew, so set some boundaries. Tell your boyfriend to set boundaries, and if not, then you are just not gonna go hang out with him. Period.
That's my favorite thing to do, guys. Now why do I always talk in reversamo to you guys now? That's my favorite thing to do now. You guys is to set boundaries. And a lot of people might take that as an offensively, or like I can't believe he just did that. But then from that moment on, ya se conocen.
Yes, I think that's the best. So I didn't, like, Jonathan would tell me to do things, to say no, to do that. And I never knew like the term for that until I met Stacy. Stacy is just an amazing person herself, but she taught me boundaries. Like, I would talk to her here and there, and she's like, Blanca, like, you need to set boundaries. You need this is healthy. This is a good thing for relationships. So when she was like, she would give me examples of how she set boundaries and within her family. And I was like, wait, but that's like your family. She's like, yes. She's like, but you have to take care of yourself, your mental health, your person. And when she opened my eyes to that, I was like, oh, damn, like absolutely right. That is the best thing that you can do, is set boundaries, because it creates healthier relationships. I feel like at first the mom or the okay, your boyfriend's mom or the baby's mom is gonna be like, wow, really? Like, she doesn't. But then that's where respect is earned. Like, okay, like, I have to respect her time with my brother, with my son, you know? So literally, we're telling you, setting boundaries is the healthiest thing you could do in a relationship, period.
In life, not just like
with everybody,
with your friends, you know. I even had I had to put boundaries with my barber, you know, like my old barbers that I've had. I'm like, it gets to a point where you're such a chill guy, and if they don't respect your time, then I'm not gonna respect yours, you know. Same thing with, I set boundaries with everyone, guys, even her little sisters. Sometimes her little sisters will ask me for stuff, and I'll be like, yeah, I'm always the one that's like, yeah, let's go buy you that, or let's go do this. But the moment they don't do something that we require or help, I'll be like, no, remember that time I told you to do this and you didn't? I'm sorry, like, I can't. And then they're like, at first it was like kind of awkward, but now it's like, you know what, like, they reflect. They're like, damn, like, we should have done what he said, or we could have easily helped him with this. And yeah, you set boundaries and you live your life. Yeah,
and that is a benefit for both parties all the time, because one reflects and the other one has better mental health, you know? So set boundaries. Don't be afraid. You guys are dating. Remember that, dating. So catch it early on, girly.
Okay. I'm going to talk really slow. Hey, guys. Love you guys so much. And baby Frankuski. Thank you. I want to try and get this nice and short. LOL. What are your thoughts on a simple life? And my marinovio and I live together, and I'm super outgoing, and I love to talk and love to be social. Parentheses, also super emotional, and like to people to know that I feel and speak my mind. Okay. I talk about everything and anything, and he's not. Sometimes on road trips, I just like to talk about anything that comes to my mind, and I have to force conversations from him or anything. He always says he's so simple, and a simple life is a happy life. But it makes me feel so bad that I might be annoying or too much for him. Should I stand down from who I am? Or, like, what, girl?
She's like, girl, send help, please. What do you think about that, Bubs?
I think that I'm in that stage in life where I don't know. I've heard the thing opposites attract. And I used to think bullshit. You have to be with someone that is somewhat like
At least,
you. Yeah. But then also I have seen complete opposites work out, because they uplift each other in areas when one is not, you know, blah, 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 blah. And yeah. One thing I can tell you is that I learned that a relationship isn't 50-50, babe. Mm-hmm. You know what it is?
Yes. It's whatever you can put down and the other can pick up.
Exactly. So if one day your boyfriend is being a 25%, maybe you got to be that 75. But all I can tell you is that don't burn yourself out. You can't be that 75%, that 95% every single day. He needs to put his part. And if he really loves you and he really wants to be with you, he'll you know, kind of show you change. I don't want to say the word change. Change is too strong, because, oh, he's shy and introverted. Just change and become loud and extroverted for your girlfriend. No, but like, maybe he can meet you halfway, because it does sound like he's not meeting you halfway.
Or even accept how you are. I feel like that's something that doesn't happen in a lot of relationships. Like, they don't accept who you are, so they make you, like you just said, should I turn myself down for him? It's like, no, you don't. You have to feel accepted in your relationship, whether he's like you or not. Yeah. So that's our thing. It's just have him meet you halfway. Like, at least converse with me a little bit. Like, I'm bored, you know, because I think that is a little bit hard, because usually in relationships when one's outgoing and one is super chill, the one that's super chill still engages, you know?
They're in the shenanigans.
Exactly. Like, John, I feel like for you, for example, babe, for a long time you were, no, I wouldn't say not down, but it was like, fuck, like, I really have to go to this party, you know? Yeah. Like, you would kind of get irritated that you had to be there. And I love to go anywhere. Like, I just like to go out, period. So we kind of had to meet halfway, where, okay, he's going to come to the event with me, and I don't expect him to be outgoing and like, oh, partying and dancing and doing this and that. So it's like slowly but surely he accepted that, okay, she likes going out. Why am I not going to do something that makes her happy? He was at the event, and not like así, you know, like he was still like kind of socially drinking, kind of, you know, with the shenanigans, but he didn't have to go out of his comfort zone in a way that he's going to try to be comfortable in the spot that you put him in, you know?
Yeah.
So if he's not meeting you halfway, then you can't really work with that.
Yeah. The biggest piece of advice I can give to ladies with introverted husbands, this works for me. I just tell Blanca, please just give me a good like week's notice, or just give me a notice period. Blanca would do this thing where like she'll wait till Saturday morning, and she'll wait the whole week, and boom, Saturday morning or Friday night, hey, Noemi said there's a baile tomorrow. Let's go. I'm like, bro, my introverted ass, you got to tell me Monday or Sunday, hey, hay un baile next weekend. You know, I'll be like, yeah, I'm down, you know? And then Wednesday compramos nuestro outfit con tiempo, everything. Not like Saturday morning rushing to the boot stores and trying to get an outfit. That would piss me off.
Yeah,
so
you have
met,
to
compromise.
Yeah, you have to compromise for sure. Pero pues es tu marinovio, girl, so you love him a lot. You gotta tell him to meet you halfway to pick up a little bit of what you're putting down, you know?
Yeah.
All right. Up next, we have, hi, Blanca and Jonathan. I need some advice. I've been in this relationship for 3 years since I was 15. First 2 years, he was so toxic, cheated, lied, manipulative, would break up with me for any little thing. He is my first ever serious relationship. At first, I wasn't toxic at all. I loved him a lot. So once he started cheating, I took him back every single time. And of course, now I'm traumatized and have major trust issues. Over the last year, he has changed a lot, but now I am the toxic one. I show no emotions. I feel like I'm mentally checked out of this relationship because it took me 2 years of begging for him to stop cheating and treat me right. And I guess now that he is, I don't care anymore. We still argue a lot. And when he's mad, he says really hurtful things and says things like, that's why I did what I did. And I don't know if it's worth fighting for or if I should just leave. But I feel like I don't know how to leave him because I'm so comfortable with him and don't know how to be alone.
Girl, you need to get your shit together, girl. By that, I mean, like, I remember this one thing you said, babe. Like, a lot of you guys DM us and are asking for advice, but by you doing that, you already are giving yourself the answer. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like you're asking for, I feel like when you guys DM us, you ask for reassurance, and we are here to reassure you.
And when we don't reassure you, you get mad. So that should even validate our point even more, that you're just wanting us to tell you what you want to hear. So if you said it yourself, like, I didn't force you, I'm not here pointing a gun at you. You said, I'm mentally checked out of that relationship, then you need to get out of there.
Yes, because I think it's kind of a good thing that you recognize that you're just with him because you're comfortable. But I promise you, if this is the headspace you're in, you're never going to get over the trust issues and you're never going to fully forgive him for what he did. I feel like, especially if you guys fight and he brings up, oh, that's why I did what I did. That's literally like you took him back for what? You know, like, okay, he's not doing it anymore, but he still brings it up and you still think about it.
That's like saying that, like, he's not sorry for what he did.
Exactly.
Like,
he's just sorry that you found out.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for the reassurance, we're here to reassure you that you can leave. Comfortable is not
You can
love.
leave, but I'm not going to let you leave in like, oh, you know, right off into the sunset, because you essentially, he changed and you're the one that like that could. I learned that there's passive toxicity and active toxicity. Your man used to cheat on you, that was active, but you staying there and you wanting to like not like, he changed and you still bringing up the passive toxicity. Like, you need to either leave, because you staying there is also being toxic. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. You're just not like whatever. I feel like sometimes we just talk and we need to stop, like, make periods, you know? This episode is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Like we say in this episode, guys, 2023 is the year to play the game a little bit, you know, take yourself into consideration. During the week, I spent a lot of time focusing on other people's mental health, trying to be a people pleaser, which I'm trying to get better at. And on myself, I spend like 5 minutes. So this year I'm trying to spend more time on my mental health so that I can better someone else's as well.
Yeah, guys, we have this saying that if your cup is empty, you can't be filling other people's cups. So make sure you check up on yourself. And if you're the best version, then that is the best version for other people as well.
Therapy can give you the tools that you need in your life so that you can keep supporting others without leaving yourself behind.
I love therapy because we can just let it out. Sometimes it's okay to talk about how we're feeling with other people, especially especially people that aren't going to be prone to judge you right away.
And I love therapy because every session teaches me something new that I didn't even know about myself. So I just get to know more about why I am the way that I am.
If you're thinking about starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try.
It is entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/spillthebeans today to get 10% off your first month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/spillthebeans.
Hi, I need advice. My boyfriend and I have been together 5 years and we have a kid together. We used to live at my parents' but recently got our own place together, but we're always arguing at housework stuff like that. We both work, but he makes the double I make and pays most of the bills, but we also both buy groceries every 2 weeks. I also pay my own bills and decent amount of the house bills as well, parentheses, a little less than half. But aside from working, I cook, clean, do laundry, do bedtime with our toddler, and pack his lunch. I feel like I'm getting no help from him, and his excuse is that he does yard work outside. He also then tells me I don't know how to clean properly, that I don't take care of him. He also says I should look for a higher paying job, but doesn't support me going to esthetician school because we had our own son after working as a MA and never went back COVID year. So he says I won't stay committed. I don't know what else to do. I'm always so mentally exhausted. Damn.
Tell her, babe.
Tell her, babe?
You tell her.
Oh, that's fucked up, girl. He makes double what you make and he's making you pay almost the same amount of bills. That to me is such a, like, I'll never get tired of saying this. Like, where is the common sense in these guys? Like, where is the... Men are programmed and wired to want to take care of those around him. So why doesn't that, when a man doesn't have that, that to me is like the biggest red flag, because that means, like, I'm sorry to say it, I feel like that man isn't working properly. Red
flag that he's not working properly. Se le zafó un tornillo for sure, because I don't care how much money you're making. The guy is still supposed to want to take care of you, especially if you're cooking, cleaning, packing lunch, taking care of your toddler, putting the toddler to bed. Girl, I burned almost 400 calories putting Franco down for bed, and that is stressful sometimes. So, you know what? It does not matter that he's working, because you guys are both working. You both get home tired.
And you still pack his lunch
and you're still doing all
and
of
take
this,
care of his kid. That's fucked up.
I don't know, girly. Honestly,
like
that's
that to
baloney.
me, like, okay, I always pretend like if I was a girl, like, that would just give me the major ick.
Same.
For a man that doesn't take care of me when we're doing the same amount of work.
Exactly.
Like, that would give me major ick vibes. Like, that's not even you being interesada or gold digging. Like, no, like, you're making double the amount of money as me, but yet we pay the same bills. Ick.
And you want me to get a higher paying job? My boy, you're supposed to want me to stay home with our kid.
Yeah, not
period.
Like, go and make more money for us so you can keep splitting the bills in half.
That is baloney, girl. That is bonkers. And it's just like, we never want to come off as, oh, we're perfect, we do this and that. We don't. But it's like, I understand when first time parents are like scared, you know, because I feel like at the beginning, I always say that when I had Franco, it was like a switch flipped in my brain, and I knew how to be a mom. I was on mom mode. I knew how to care for this baby. And guys don't have that. Like, yeah, they have the bonding. They love this child, but they don't know what to do to help, you know? Like, sometimes you're like, okay, well, I don't have the boob. I don't have this. Like, it's a little bit harder for them to get used to it. So slowly they go and start learning. It's different when they don't want to learn and they just want to be like, well, it's because I get home tired and, like, I worked all day, so I don't want to put him to bed. Like, I need to go to sleep to wake up and work again. You know, it's like you have to see that compromise of your baby daddy doing the work too, because it's both of your kids. It doesn't matter how tired you are, how nothing. Literally, like, Jonathan and I go to sleep at 2 a.m. and we have to be up at 6 a.m. It's not like, okay, you're going to sleep in, babe, and I'm going to go and take Franco. If anything, he still wakes up at 6 a.m., takes Franco downstairs, lets me do my morning routine, you know? And it's not something that we got right at the beginning. It was something that you have to learn and get used to. But it's like, if he doesn't even have that, like, I feel like you would still be like, I feel like helpless to you.
Like,
and
if I can't help you with the kid, I would pay the full bills.
Exactly.
Not like
Exactly.
expect you to still do half when you're like doing all the mom work.
And just like my thing is, if you're putting this baby to sleep, like what is he doing? Like, is he just chilling?
Yeah.
Why isn't he picking up the dishes? Why isn't he vacuuming? Why isn't he putting a load of laundry? And, you know, like that would be the biggest ick, is that if I'm doing something and you're just chilling when there's dishes in the sink.
Trust me, I'm going to throw ourselves under the bus, fellas, because this shit pisses me off, because you don't know how much work being a single mom is until you've been a good dad and spent like a whole day with your kid without the mom. Like, at work, guys, sure, men, we have to work a few hours out of the day hard. Like, I'm talking hard labor work. And the rest, we just fuck around. We talk to our buddies. We talk about what we did. We talk about this, that. And then, you know, cotorreamos. A little bit of more work, hard, cotorrear, blah, 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 blah. And then you get to go home and then, shower and go to sleep. You know, like, you weren't like with a toddler, like screaming at you, crying, going anywhere, buying groceries, cleaning all freaking day. You know what I mean? Yeah. I've said this time and time again, guys. I would take being a freaking, what I used to do, excavation, construction worker, over freaking being a single dad, because that shit is hard. Like a single parent is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There's no job in the world that I think is as hard as being a single mom. And I'm not trying to be a simp or, you know, a guy's girl. What is it called?
A girl's guy.
But being a single mom of one kid is hard enough. And there's moms out there that do for multiple kids. And
there's mom out there being single mom and while they're married. Like, that is ridiculous to me. And just the reason that I feel like the reason that we say this is because when you go out to work, I feel like you get that mental clarity where you don't have, literally, like being home with a toddler all day, you have to, it tests your patience, your kindness, everything, because it has to take everything in you to let this kid literally slap you in the face and still want to teach him like how not to do that, instead of yelling at him like, don't freaking hit me, you know. Like, you have to be like, okay, what do? I keep calm and teach him not to hit people, because
there's a difference between parenting and then being and just like good parenting and just parenting.
Yeah,
a lot of people that might be listening to us or might be like, well, my sister's a mom and she makes it look easy. But like, yeah, is she like yelling at her kids to sit there and not fucking move like all day, like some parents I've seen do? Like, no. Like, is she actively like getting up, you know, teaching your kid vowels, talking? A lot of people are always like, dang, Franco's so advanced, you know, or like he's so smart, just naturally smart. It's like, no, like you don't see the countless hours that Blanca spends every single day sounding out vowels, sounding out shoes 1,000 times so he can say the word, you know? Like,
yeah.
There's a big difference between just parenting and good parenting. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't let people fool you guys. Okay.
And just the most important thing that you have to get out of this is that you guys both work and you both get home tired. And it is not fair that you have to get home and take care of your baby while he gets to get home and not do anything.
Shh.
That should really give you the ick, and you have to reevaluate that and tell him, either you make me a stay-at-home mom or you stop complaining about how I clean and the money that I make and start paying all the bills, because I'm not going to be taking care of your kid and paying all the bills too. Period, sis. Hi, I love you both. Love you, girly. Okay, I've been with my boyfriend for 4 years now. We're both from South Central LA and have the same shitty living situation. We live in a multi-family home. He's about to turn 30 and I'm 5 years younger. I just started my master's program and kids is not in my plans anytime soon. I am taking care of myself with birth control. My boyfriend is upset because he wants kids like today. I tried to explain to him that I feel so young and I'm not ready for kids. And again, the living situation like BFFR. I know the only reason he wants kids right now is because his parents are getting older, but I refuse to raise someone in the same neighborhood I was raised. I want to have a family, but just not right now. He agreed to wait, but I'm not over the conversation we had. It makes me feel insecure in the relationship and like I can't give him what he wants. And I know this is coming from past trauma. My ex cheated on me and he had a baby 3 months after we broke up. How do I get over my own insecurities? I feel like you have a good head on your shoulders. Like,
yeah, I don't think you're insecure.
I don't think so at all. I think you're just...
I think you have your traumas and your problems, but insecurity, I think, comes from someone that, like, is scared.
Like, scared to be a mom.
Yeah.
And like, that's an insecurity. Yeah. But you knowing your living situation and your goals, that is not insecurity. That's you being responsible.
Let's just normalize calling these guys out on, like, te falta un tornillo, or are you just stupid? Like, tell him, girl, be like, ves como estamos here with a lot of people in our house, not in the same neighborhood. We haven't made it out yet, and you want a fucking kid? Like look at him in the eyes and make him feel like shit. Be like, are you for real, Anthony? Like, are you fucking for real? Like, look at ourselves now. You think I deserve this shit? You think our future son or daughter deserves this shit? Like, they don't deserve their own room, their own playground, their own, you know? And then check your guys. Let's normalize checking men more often, because first of all, they're the one. Like, I woke up inspired today. They're the ones in charge of our fucking government, our bodies and stuff. And men are so stupid. Like the fact that, hey, let's have a kid while you're doing your master's program and trying to provide a better future. Like, what kind of mentality is that? I would understand if you guys were moved out, you had your house, you had your cars, you got your master's. Okay, now your husband has a point. Like, hey, what's holding this up? You know, like, I'm getting old too, whatever. Mm-hmm. But like, come on, bro. Like literally, like you said, girl, BFFR. There's people that have everything. They're financially stable. They are in their own home, and they still don't want kids because they don't want to bring them into this world. You know, so it's like, check him and be like, I am gonna stand strong on the fact that I don't want a kid until we make it out, we move out, I get to what my goal is. And if he doesn't want to, I wish I could just talk to these guys, like not even talk to them, but like see who's thinking like this. Yeah. Like, girl, we're gonna be in LA soon. If you want to hit us a DM so all of us four can talk, because I just want to see his face. I just want to see his face and be like, this guy legitimately, okay, now I can put a face to stupid comments like that, like things like that. Mm-hmm. And we're not trying to be rude. Like we never want to be rude. No. We just want to be literally like, be fucking for real and check yourself too, because we've seen it a lot. And it's not just with having kids. It's like, you know, people wanting more than they can afford, more than like that's in their means. And it's just like, dude, really, like, look at your situation and you want this, like, try to work on your situation first. Like, I would understand if he was like, hey, you know what, like, I have enough money to move us out, enough money to support you when you have to go on maternity leave. Like, if he has all of that, it's understandable. But just his parents getting old is not a good reason to have kids right now when you know you're not ready, because that is going to affect your mental health and your relationship. I guarantee you that. Now, girl, you better be telling us the full story, because you know your man might be listening to be like, hey, she didn't tell you the whole story, this and that. So this is coming from, like, if your story is 100% true, because not every situation is just black and white. There could be, like, you know, maybe you guys make a lot of money and the person you're living with, they're meant like physically unfit to be by themselves and you can't move out, you know, then that's pieces that, you know, change the whole story. Like, no, you're living with his mom or parents because they got in an accident or something, you know, that completely erases everything. So this is just based on what you just told us, which we believe you is 100% true, but you better not be lying to us because then I feel like shit. Hey guys, love watching your videos and listening to the podcast. Here's my issue. My husband of 5 years has been a serial cheater. Nombre. I wanted to see what you guys think. Is it a good idea to send screenshots to the girl's man of her and my husband's conversation? This girl knows he is married and my husband knows she's married and currently pregnant. I normally don't ever feel like taking revenge, but the fact that she knows my husband is married and still thinks it's okay to send nude and flirt really pissed me off. Please help. Of course, girl. Look, you can be petty all you want. That's fine. If you want to send the message, tell the boyfriend that she's cheating. Perfect. He should know that his pregnant wife is cheating. Now, that's not the first thing that should ever come to your mind. The first thing that should come to your mind is check your man's, girl. Like, why is she sending nudes? Who's asking for them? Who is enabling her? You know, like, you have to always go for the man first because he knows he's married. He knows he has you. I understand, like, if the girl is single, cool, whatever. But if she's married, okay, you do you. You want to send the screenshots, do it, because the guy deserves to know that she's cheating too. But after, like, first of all, are you going to leave this guy? Are you going to forgive him? Like, well, what are you? You have to check your relationship first, girl, because going for the girl, yeah, it's fun and all. It's going to get you your revenge. You're going to feel better about yourself. But to what? To just stay with him? Like, yeah, girl, if your man is a serial cheater, why don't you just, like, have an open relationship? It sounds like you're just fine with it. Yeah. For 5 years and you know he's a serial killer and your first thought is, should I send the screenshots to the husband? Not fucking beat the shit out of my husband and leave him, you know? Like, their first thoughts, you know, oh, should I send, you know, like. Yeah. Your first thought is, I should leave this motherfucker and then drop off the pictures at her husband's house, you know? Yeah. That's crazy.
I don't understand. Like, some of these men are so lucky with the girls that they find.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I've got a question for you. Do you think it's okay for your significant other to be following a bunch of naked Playboy sexy influencers?
Oy.
My husband of 3 years does, and I don't like it. We have a daughter, and I always think I wouldn't want her to know that her dad follows all of these type of accounts. Am I too toxica, or should I ask him to unfollow these accounts? Thanks. Love you guys. Love you, girl. No.
Well, babe, speak from experience. How do you feel that I follow all these accounts?
First of all, my girl.
Knee slapper, guys, if you're listening.
No, you are not toxica. You tell him. It's like, look, Jonathan and I have had this conversation on this podcast before. Either you tell him that you don't want him following girls, or you follow these Playboy naked boys on Instagram. Make him find out. If he tells you, hey, why the fudge are you following these naked guys? Be like, well, I thought we like to do this. Like, you want to do that? I'm gonna do it too. You know, like, you can go petty, or you can go stop fucking following these girls, or I'm gonna cut your nuts off, you know?
Yeah.
He's your husband. Like, you have to go in hard foot because he's your husband. If he's your boyfriend, I'd be like, either unfollow them or I'm gonna leave you. But since you guys are married, you know, play the game a little bit.
Yeah. A lot of guys have this, not guys, I've seen girls, but mostly guys, they have this like thinking that like because they're famous or they have a lot of followers, it doesn't matter. Like, oh babe, why are you mad that I follow this half naked girl? Look how many followers she has. Nunca me va a pelar en el mundo. But at the end of the day, she's not, you know, a extraterrestrial being or a god. Like, she's a normal woman that shits and eats just like you. Like, just because she has bigger number following doesn't make it okay. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, girl, you need to get your revenge. 2023 is the year that you... Es mejor pedir perdón que permiso. You know?
2023 is a year where you just have
don't even bring it up. Just start following all these accounts. Start DMing the guys and like, because let me tell you something, girl. All of those girls that he follows no lo van a pelar. Trust me. But the girl that, you know, all the accounts that you could follow, guys, we're animals. We don't care. So, you know, make him jealous and go out there because you have a daughter. Like you said, that's not okay to be around. And as a dad, the first thing you want to do is just have like a healthier like house and a home, especially when you introduce a kid. So why would you want that energy? I truly believe whatever you have in your phone or your watch or whatever, it brings heavy energy to the house. So just like scary movies, just like porn, just like having girls on your phone, like that is energy that's around your daughter. So you better be careful. Yeah,
I feel like when you become a parent, you want what's best for the baby that you chose to bring into this world. So don't be out here making a toxic environment for them, because I feel like if you don't tell your husband and you just get mad, you're going to be irritable, you're going to take it out on someone else. Like, you have to cut the shit and tell him how it is, or play the game a little bit. 2023 is a year of playing the game. You know, like all these guys, they're just chilling, you know, serial cheating.
Time to fight back, ladies.
Time to play the freaking game and see if they like it, girl.
Yeah.
But don't quote us.
Yeah,
don't show them this podcast. But anyways, guys, I think that's it for today's advice. I know, like, every time we stop filming the podcast and like Jonathan starts sending it over, I'm like, what the hell did we talk about? Like, did we say what we wanted to say, or like, are they gonna take this the wrong way? But at the end of the day, if you guys are watching us, it's because you care a little bit about our point of view. We are never telling you like this is right, do what we say, nothing, because who the frick are we, dude? We're nobodies basically, and we just have a little experience in some areas of life. But just take our advice with a grain of salt. If you like it, take it. If you don't, be like, okay, I'm gonna keep scrolling, you know?
Yeah.
But don't take all of this to heart, honestly. At the end of the day, what we want is for people to know their value, whether it's a guy, whether it's a girl. Just know what you bring to the table and take care of yourself and your mental health and be happy. You know, you don't have to, like, this life, you only live it once. You do not have to be regretful. You do not have to be mad, sad, stressed. Everything has a solution except death. And I need you guys to know that. So if you are alive and you're going through shit, you're going to get out of it because it's possible. Okay. So
preach, babe.
Thanks, babe.
I was going to say something really cool, but that kind of beat mine. I forgot what I was going to say.
Just try to work on a better you every day, okay? And if you don't stress over what you can't control, because that is crazy. Now, if you can fight back and play the game, by all means, be my guest, because we need more of that in this world.
Oh, now I remember. Guys, everything we say on this podcast to you and to everyone listening, you know that saying that like the only people in this world that are never going to want to screw you over, for the most part, I understand, are your parents. Whatever your parents do are truly for your own good. And I think that in that saying, you should add Jonathan and Blanca now. Like, no one wants you to do better than your mom, your dad, Jonathan and Blanca, okay? Remember that, because I would never say something, even though sometimes I might come out as arrogant, mean, or rude. Trust me when I say I never want the worst for you. I've never heard a piece of advice being like read and I'm like, I'm going to give her this information or this advice so she can go screw her life even more. That has never happened, never will. So the things that come out of my mouth is because I truly want the best for you. And sometimes that doesn't sound so pretty.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sometimes you're not going to, on this podcast, you're not going to hear what you want to hear. You're going to hear what you have to hear.
Because, babe, my advice could potentially, it could be wrong.
Yeah.
But just know that the intention it was right. Does that make sense? Like, let's say that I tell you something and it sounds completely wrong and it is wrong and you do it and it backfires. Okay, I'll take half the blame. Fuck Jonathan for what he said, for what advice he gave me. But then you have to remember, it was not in order to screw me over or just put me in the bigger hole. He did it with a genuine intention of that's what he's been through and that what could work for him and Blanca, you know?
Yeah. So, yeah, don't take this as straight facts. Just take what you can from everything that we say and put it to work in your life, girl. Just so you can be a better person and a happier one too. But yeah, thank you guys for listening to this podcast. Let us know anything else you want to hear. You good, babe?
Yeah, guys, we love you. We love you so freaking much. Thank you guys so much for the support. Like, it's incredible. Our team is always messaging us and sending it to the group chat. Like, you guys are doing so great. You guys are growing, blah, blah, blah. And that's all thanks to you guys. Like, we just love you and we appreciate you. Remember, we have a TikTok that's popping right now. Go ahead and follow it because, you know, we're going to start posting more on there.
Yeah. And if you guys ever want to just add a little bit of an ounce of support, we would love for you guys to go and rate us on Apple Podcast and give us that 5-star rating, please. But you don't have to, but I'm saying that's a little bit extra.
Thank you so much for watching or listening.
And we'll see you next week.
Later.
Yay Networks.